who are we? Who are you? It's one of the hardest questions, yet the most simplest answer. Once you align, once you understand, once you experience, and once you just know that you just know. And the thing is, it's not from here of knowing who you are. It's here of understanding it, feeling it. Because feeling is a language itself. And I've said this so many times, and you will hear it more and more, that mouth communication is just one form of communicating. There's so many other ways, different ways of communicating one another, expressing to one another. And I believe this mouth, it limits us. It can deceive us. It can lie. Also tell the truth. It can hurt someone's feelings. But anyway, don't want to go too far in, in this. So I will get into the question, who we are, or who am I? So this is entirely from my perception, from my belief, from my version of the truth, and also from my experience. I believe we all have different roles that we play out, and we're called by different names. However, the day we're born, we're called a name. We're given an identity from our parents, from our guardians, from our carers, whoever. But behind that, before you're just born, this is a bundle of energy, a ball of energy. The thing that people call the soul, consciousness, subconscious. But behind that conscious, there's a seat that we view from these eyes, what we experience, what we touch, by connecting the reality from within, which is the world. And we all lived here for many years, millions and billions of years. Talking about, concept called reincarnation, by the way. So to me, I'm just an experiencer, experiencing this body that's living this life, who's given this name in this body. My last life, maybe I was a cat. I don't know. Maybe I was a rich asshole before this. Who knows? Right? But at one point we were something. And this life, we're still something. So you believe that you're not. There's always a purpose on why you exist in the first place. Because why else you would be here? Everyone has a role to play. It doesn't matter how small and how big you are. So to answer the question of who am I, I'm an experiencer that's experiencing in this role that I'm playing. And guess what? It's just not one role. I can play many roles. But sometimes it needs to feel aligned. It needs to be to my own satisfaction. because it's not to make me happy. Well, it'd be nice to be happy, but happiness is a momental thing. You know, it lasts for a few seconds, for a couple of minutes, for an hours, maybe a couple of days. But it's a moment, happiness is. But what gives you energy is what you're aligned to, what you meant to do in this world. So, for example, if you're going to be a baker, be a goddamn baker. Don't be scared. I know that we're in the current system right now where it's hard to actually work in your passion, but it's not true. Don't be scared. There's so many things that I want to talk about in this video, but I will leave it as this to answer the question of who am I. It's very simple. Just look within, and like I said, this is from my own perception, my own version of the truth. And I'm sure there's billions and billions of you probably have your own version because you've experienced entirely something different from what I went through. And I'd like to hear your stories. So yeah, comment down below. And maybe you can actually, I want to start a podcast as well. I would like to have, sit with people and ask them questions about their life, what they've experienced, hear their stories. So yeah. Alright, take care. Bye.